Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we're going to take a look at the new DOKKANFEST Android 21 here. Immediately, I mean, we could take a look and her stats do seem pretty, her defense and HP are good. Her attack, I would argue, is pretty low. I mean, back in the day, in like 2017 and stuff like that, a lot of the DOKKANFEST TURs, think of characters like STR Ultimate Gohan, Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, they would have 17,000 plus attack stats, right? Nowadays, they don't really do that so much. You know, characters have like a mix of a lot of attack from links and super attack effects and passive and stuff like that. So, all right, let's just start out. I just want to say, I think the major weakness for 21, more so is her team than anything else. I think 21 will be strong. I feel like she should perform just better than Turles, Super Trunks, like all those types of characters. 21, I mean, you know, maybe her issue is going to be help, but it's not to the level where, like, you use Kale and you die because the other Universe 6 character is weak. Super Trunks is just a complete loser until he transforms. Turles is also really bad until several turns pass, right? Like, 21, I think, should be at a stronger level than all those characters, but I don't think she's going to approach what, like, the Golden Trio, well, plus Vegito, are going to do. Her leader skill, Android, Majin Power, and Peppy Gals. By the way, look at her 3 at the bottom that give the extra 30% stats. Power Absorption, Transformation Boost, Crossover. I'll say this, they should have been swapped. 21 would be better if she led Power Absorption, Transformation Boost, and Crossover. And then Android, Majin Power, and Peppy Gal was at 200%. Like, they actually mixed them up. Like, it's crazy. So, alright, here's what I built in terms of a team. Again, man, listen, you know, it's like Super Boo could be effective here. Obviously, the Evil 21 banner unit is going to be good. Bulma, of course, is going to be good. But the team, I think, is going to encounter some issues. So we are going to link up well with Gamma 1 or Android 17. Remember, 21, if we take a look at this, we got Brainiacs, Metamorphosis, Android Assault, Shocking Speed, Battlefield Diva, Scientist, and Fierce Battle. So, I mean, we are going to want to use her with other Android characters. Metamorphosis is a link that is very powerful, and that's a link that LR Super Boo does have. People seem to me to be high on Super Boo. I'm not as high. I don't think Super Boo is bad. 4 million, huh? Remember that she has a lot of additionals. Like, she's built a lot around additionals here. All right, so there's one. Normal, okay. And, okay. So we immediately did 2. So 21, let's see. Double digits right there, okay, is good. So she gets 150% attack and defense. All allies get 2 key. She gets a 120% attack and defense when attacking and a high chance to dodge when attacking. 2 key, 60% attack for 3 turns after dodging. She gets an additional, has a high chance to be a super, and then another additional which has a 70% chance to be a super after she does her 3rd attack. We did not get the Hidden Potential System additional right there, or else we could have potentially done even more attacks. All right, let's get to our angel, Bulma, right here. So Bulma is what is really going to help this team go quite a bit, right? Like Bulma existing here. I mean, I could take a look at Peppy Gals and maybe, you know, when we're, you know, fighting, you know, Omega and these Dismal Future bosses, how would we fare against Omega with a team like this? I would have to. Super Boo, I'm not running Super Boo against Omega. People could say, oh, he's so. I'm not doing that. No way. No chance. Super Boo is strong, but like, it's. If 21 had Majin or Infinite Regeneration, like these other Majin Buu links, I think Super Boo would be a lot more effective. Super Boo does not have a 200%, but like, you know, just a little bit more, and you know, we could talk. Now, all right, so here's Evil 21. One thing I need to point out, remember, Evil 21 has big bad bosses. Good 21 doesn't get, she does have it, but it's when she transforms. So we have to transform first in order to activate big bad bosses. And by the way, I mean, big bad bosses is not really existent on this team. I do not consider, like, STR Kid Buu, like, super good. I mean, I guess we could get away with running him. This guy is coming up on his EZA, but he still doesn't have big bad bosses until he transforms into Buhan, right? So, I mean, Majin Power, we're not going to find a big bad bosses character worth a goddamn. If we head over to Android, we could run Cell, but I'm not as high on EGL Cell or Int LR Cell as other people are. Int LR Cell, after he transforms, is certainly very, very good, but transform first, right? Like, it's iffy. Okay, so the 221s are pretty good next to each other. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a better turn right here. Remember, 21 could do 4 attacks, and we could easily see that right here. Yeah, let's go ahead and go ahead. Remember that 21, her super attack effect, by the way? She gets 30% attack and defense, and she also has a high chance to stun. 359 right there. Yeah, I mean, there's the problem with 21. She is also a slot 2 or 3 character, right? Us taking that damage is not really going to be a really big deal, though, because once she transforms, okay, of course I get additional normals. 70% did proc, though, thank God. Okay, her damage starting to look quite a bit better. We've got a lot of her links up now, right? So that helps. And let's see if we get the hidden potential system here. We do. She triple supered for us. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna say that her base does not seem impressive to me. I mean, just yet another character who could sell me with additionals is rough to think about. We've talked about this a lot, but like, for me, I typically seem to have pretty bad luck with additional attacks, but my dodge luck is good. And it seems like for a lot of other people, that's reverse, right? For a lot of people, they tend to, they can get a lot of additional supers, but like dodge is worthless to them, right? Which makes sense. So, I mean, I don't know. I think once we transform with her, she should be very good. She's not bad, but she's not at a level to where she's going to carry shit by herself, which could be a bit of an issue here. Let's have Bulma get her orbs. And remember, that last turn, too, that's with Bulma's support. 329k. Okay, so we want to... And remember, 21... How long does that initial, like, buff last? Wait, no. Actually, does her intro buff... So she gets 150% of stats, all allies 2 key. 120% when attacking, high chance to dodge within the same turn. She gets the extra stats after dodging. No, she doesn't have just, like, opening buffs, right? We're going to get to our 6th attack on this next turn. We could do that. And she does get 1 attack break and then a 70% chance to crit after she gets to her 6th attack. But I would much rather just transform into transformed Android 21 than sort of, play around with that stuff. I don't think it's really going to be a good idea to leave her in base. I think she is going to get quite a bit stronger once we actually do go ahead and transform with Android 21 into kind of her transformed state, right? Like, that is definitely what we're going to want to do coming up here. We are going to be able to transform on the next turn, right? In order to transform, all we need is for it to be turn 5 and for there to be 1 enemy. And we will be able to transform, which we're going to go ahead and do, right? All right, there's 17. 17 members effective, but, I mean, there's kind of like layers to it, right? Like, he's really effective, provided that we are able to, whatchamacallit, have our HP below his threshold. All right, so this is going to be a nice turn right here. Let's go ahead and transform into, like, kind of like transformed good Android 21 here. Alright, so we transform with Android 21. She's gonna be in a pretty good spot, right? Now, with Evil 21, you guys can see we have everything up. Funny enough, the one link not activated is Brainiacs, which is very powerful. 15% attack and defense is strong. You know, it is funny. If they had done things slightly differently and 21 led crossover and she was a villain, you could synergize her well with potentially like Fu and Hearts and these characters, and that would have worked because, I mean, they have Brainiacs and Big Bad Bosses and stuff like that, but unfortunately, she doesn't lead crossover. It's kind of you know, again, unfortunate. All right, so Transform 21, what is it? Scientist becomes Big Bad Bosses at this point. That is a great change, by the way. So now, when we transform into the form, she recovers 30% HP right away when she transforms, which is very good. She gets 210% attack and defense, all allies 2 key. She gets 2 key, 121% attack and defense when attacking. She has 21% damage reduction. And then she gets 60% defense within the same turn when receiving an attack. That should work like Tech LR Fusion Zamasu, so her defense should proc immediately, which is going to be very good. And then she has 2 additionals, which have a 70% chance of being a super. And then she recovers 21% HP when our HP is under 60% at the end of the turn. So, seems pretty good to me. Let's go. Well, what is our stats right here? 358. She's going to get the extra defense, a little bit of damage reduction. Every one of her super... What is her super attack effect again? She's getting 30% attack and defense and heals 5%. I do wish she had a little bit of extra tankiness in her transformed state. It's probably not going to really be the worst ever, but... 8 million. Okay, and she could do 4 of these. And, I mean... So she has 2 guaranteed additionals that are both 70%. There we go. There's the 70%. If we get 3 or 4 super attacks with her, like, she should be pretty tanky. I love that. That shit looks so good. Okay. We will definitely take that. How good is this 21? I'm not sure. I think she's strong. The reason, if people are curious, people think, oh my god, he just hates on characters all the time. That's not it. When I start to lose over and over and over because these characters have, you know, like, failures of the kits, I turn on characters. Definitely. But, like, I don't know that 21, like, is going to have, like, huge failures in the way I see a lot of these other characters here. You know, the 17 and 17, Kale, Turles, Super Trunks, like, Gohan and Piccolo, like, the way these characters... 21 is just a little bit more... she doesn't have the peak of Super Trunks, but she doesn't have the dog shit garbage basement floor of Super Trunks either. You see what I'm saying? 21 is just way more than... Even Kale. Kale's best is way better than 21's best. But 21 is just a little bit more... I think I do prefer 21 over... the design of a lot of those other characters where it's the high risk, high reward is stupid. When there's attempt limits on the events, I don't want to die to Super Trunks being a loser 5 runs in a row. I would much rather, you know, 21 is just kind of like, just like a level of strong. She's not great and she's not bad. She's just kind of like strong. I would say 21, she's mid. like she probably falls into mid. Which people hear that and they go, oh my, she's not bad. Well, that's not what mid means, is it? No, it's not. 21 is below the God Trio, and she's above the bullshit of this year. She's in the middle. That's what I'm looking at with 21. All right, so we can do her active skill on her next turn after transforming. So this is a turn 7 active skill. We can do this if there's one enemy and it's her next turn. Massively raise attack temporarily, ultimate damage. She attack breaks. And then within the turn, she is super effective against all types. Let's go ahead and pop this. So let me know what you guys are thinking about 21. I do think she is solid, though. I mean, I'm not... The thing is where, you know, a lot of these other characters, it's like, oh, here we go. I don't feel like I'm going to be saying that. Like, oh, God. Well, maybe if we get 50 additionals, I guess.
全力をお見せします。 これでおしまいです。
Alright guys, so I think at this point we could probably wrap it up. Let me know Okay, so she's at 929 right here. Oh, wow. I mean, that's after she gets her stats when attacking. We have a lot of support. We're next to Evil 21, so we have 17 support. We have Bulma support. I mean, remember 21, she is still getting her 30% every time she supers. So say she triple supers right here, or she quad supers right here. This is good because, I mean, we're with the active skill, we could go slot 1. Because again, her damage reduction and her defense, they're going to trigger when she gets hit. But, like, 21 is strong enough that she could live Omega. And probably fusion Zamasu. Because she's going to get... She would need to attack first. But after she attacks, she could live them. Because the defense and the damage reduction... Like, that extra 60% defense when getting hit... Like, people will... Oh my god, it's only 60% defense. No, it's not. It's like a huge monster... Because it's a multiplicative buff. Like, it's going to be a huge monster defensive buff. Actually, could you... put her in slot 1 with that? Maybe. 21, I think she's a little bit better even than I was giving her credit for. She's definitely not on the level of the God Trio, but she's better than Gamma 1, I think. I think I like what they did with 21. My only problem with her, is her team. Her team just needs to be better. That's the one thing. It's good when we can do these active skill attacks and we can visually see what her defense would look like after she attacks. That was pretty good. And then that is, again, lacking all of the different super attack effects she could get. You know, because she has super, then 70% chance super, 70% chance super. Then we do hidden potential system addition. I do like dodge for 21 and additional. I think those are the two areas you'd want to go for. Even raw defense potentially could be good for Transform 21. Let me know what you guys think of her. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.